как младенцем, Божьей любовью нас научи гореть. Нам помоги нести Слово Божье и души во тьме согреть. Помни о нас, молись о нас.
Praise the Lord, dear brothers and sisters, friends. Today we continue to read from the Gospel according to Mark. This is the continuation of what we heard last Sunday. The first chapter of the Gospel of Mark, from the verses 29 onwards. Jesus, after having preached in the synagogue, comes with his friends, his disciples, to the house of Simon, where he heals Simon's mother-in-law. And towards the evening, a lot of people, sickly people, come to get healed by Jesus. And towards the early morning, Jesus leaves the place, goes to a deserted place, and spends time in private, personal, intimate prayer with his Father. Again, Simon and those who were with him find Jesus and tell, everybody is looking for you. And Jesus tells them, let us go to other cities, other towns in order to preach, for that is why I came. In the first reading, we read from the book of Job. For me, Job and Jesus are the two sides of the same coin. The coin being the life of a human person. Life where day and night the human person is asking a question. My days are swifter than a weaver's shuttle, and they come to an end without hope. Remember, O God, that my life is a breath. My eyes will never see happiness again. This is not complaining. This is not anything against God. But this is a deep prayer coming from the depths of Job's heart, coming from the depths of a human person. And in the first place, I would like to call your attention to this kind of prayer. Prayer is a dialogue. Prayer is discussing something with your own God. Prayer is the deepest desires, intentions of your heart. But it is not a complaint. It is not like the people in the desert who constantly kept on complaining against God. After this prayer, we see Jesus being in prayer. And for me, it's like Jesus hears the prayer of Job and he answers, let us go to other towns and cities so that I can preach there, for this is why I came. The Lord heard the prayer of Job. The Lord heard and continues to hear the prayer of the human person. The word prayer I use in the singular sense. The Lord continues to hear the prayer of the whole humanity. And He comes with an answer. And He says, He heals the brokenhearted and binds up their wounds. The Lord is not indifferent to our needs, to our desires. He has no differentiation between the urgent and not so urgent needs of the human person. He doesn't postpone our small and simple needs. For the Lord, deliverance from the evil one and the healing of the mother-in-law of Simon are on the same level. He is very attentive to all our needs, desires, our worries. With a great love and tenderness, He took her hand and helped her up. With the same love and tenderness, He healed the sick and also with love delivered those who were possessed by demons. I was just asking one question to myself. How did this all happen? For me, the answer is in one simple word in the Gospel of Mark. Preaching. The whole power is in the preaching of Jesus. Jesus preached in the synagogue and people having heard came to Him with faith. Towards the end of the Gospel we read today, Jesus saying, let us go to other cities and towns so that I can preach there also. Last Sunday we heard about the amazement of people when they saw Jesus delivering a person from the evil spirits. They were amazed and said, "What is this? What is this new teaching that even with power he commands the evil spirits and they obey him?" The preaching of Jesus, the teachings of Jesus has a power, a great power. And all of us are called to make our churches, our homes, our families a place where Jesus is preached. It is very interesting to note that after having preached in the synagogue, Jesus comes to the house of Simon. Maybe we will think that he would have closed his home, but Simon doesn't close the doors. When Jesus is present in Simon's house, the doors are open. Jesus continues to preach, teach, and heal the people. Simon doesn't limit Jesus with his own needs. Okay, my mother-in-law is healed, she is well, fine. Let everybody else go home. The needs of Simon himself and the needs of other people are all brought to Jesus. This is a very special characteristic of Christian church, Christian homes and families. As the Christian churches are open for Jesus preaching and for the healing of the people, so also Christian homes and families should be always open to the preaching of Jesus and healing of the people. In conclusion, I would like to read out a few words from the address of Pope John Paul II to the bishops of the United States of America way back in 1983. The Pope addressed the bishops saying, "Only a worshipping and praying church can show herself sufficiently sensitive to the needs of the sick, the suffering, the lonely. The church as a community of service has first to feel the weight of the burden carried by so many individuals and families, and then strive to help alleviate these burdens." I wish that all of us, having been acquainted with the prayer of Jesus, will be united with Jesus in his prayer, united with Job in his deepest longing and desires which he expressed to God, and we will all see the power of the preaching of Jesus in our own healings. And let our churches, our homes and families be the place where Jesus preaches, teaches and heals. Praise the Lord.